A string is not the only thing that you can assign to the variables. We also can assign numbers. So it would be something along the lines of, I would write here var num, and I would set it equal to 4. Now here's the key thing about numbers. We don't use the quotation marks around them. In that way, JavaScript knows that it's a number and it can perform a math operation on it. So let's say if I would want to do over here 4 plus 4, JavaScript would know that it needs to do the math on it. And actually, in this case, it's going to be addition, and it's going to show the result. So let's go over here and document write, and we're going to write that we want to see on the screen a variable number. So I'm going to save this, and let's run it, and we can see that we have 8. And if I would have done over here a multiplication like this, then JavaScript would obviously do it 16 because that's a result 4 by 4. Now let's look at a couple of other things that we can do with the numbers. We can also assign a number to the value and actually do a addition with that actual variable. So let me show you what I mean. So let's say in this case I would create a number and I would set a value to 25, and then I would create another variable and I'm gonna call this num1. And actually what I could do is I could write num here, the first variable that I created, and actually add a addition, let's say of 23, and let's save this. But what I want to do is I want to show you that JavaScript would see this as a number and actually perform addition. So now we have 25 and 23, so our result should be 48, right? And sure enough, we have 48. Now the same way we could have done, we could actually perform all the operations just with variables that hold the numbers. So let's say that I have right now num would be 25 and num1 would be 23, and let's say I'm gonna create over here total, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say num plus num1, and this is gonna be a result, but I'm just gonna change the numbers around so you don't think that I'm cheating. And over here, what I'm gonna write, I'm gonna say I want to see total, and I'm gonna save this, and sure enough, it's 68. Now we also could have done it a little bit differently. Let's say we could have, just let me delete this. We could have first created a variables, which in this case I'm gonna say that variable would be var num. and then I'm going to say var Now we also could have done it a little bit differently. We could have first declared variables and only then assigned numbers like we learned before. So let's do it this way, so you can see that there might be some other ways what we can do. So I'm going to create var price over here, and you can see that I'm not assigning any value. Then I'm going to assign a var quantity, and I'm going to over here, and then I'm going to say var total. And you can see all of them right now have no values. However, we can go down here and then we can just start adding values, and I'm going to give it a price. It's going to be, let's say, $5. The quantity is going to be, let's say, four items, and then the total, what we're going to do is we're going to actually multiply price by quantity. And let's see, what do we have? So the result should be 20, right? So if we write over here the one that I want total, well, I had it already, so I save this over here, and sure enough, it's 20 over here.